Listen, if I'd invested in Netflix instead of buying the monthly subscription that I have, I'd have spent roughly $1,510, and that investment today would be worth well over $17,000. If I invested in Microsoft instead of buying my old Xbox One, my $499 would have grown into more than $7,300. And my 2017 15-inch MacBook Pro, that $2,400 would now be worth well over $16,900. So 3 months ago, I decided to flip the script. And every time that I buy something that's not a necessity, coffee, subscriptions, tech, nights out, I invest the same amount into the market. And today I'm 3 months into the experiment. This is what I've learned, how much I've invested, and whether or not this challenge is changing the way that I approach money. So I went ahead and created a brand new investing account on my Robinhood application, and this is where I'm going to be charting everything. Now I transferred it in from another brokerage, so it's only showing about 2 months of data. The interesting thing is here that we did have a pretty big market dip recently, and so that has been impacted in my portfolio. You can see over the past month, it's down $1.17. This portfolio, since this challenge started, is actually pretty much flatline. We are at $1.76 down. Now, again, a lot of times with investing, this is just going to take a long time, so I don't really know the full results of what this is looking like. I do have $1,400 of buying power in here that I will be spending and investing in this video based off of my previous spending habits for the month, and I'll review all of that. Now, if you want to see what I am investing in here, we'll go ahead and sort it by, let's do equity here. I've got about $450 in Microsoft. I have Amazon, Anheuser-Busch, because, after I got engaged, I have been going on some benders, drinking, just celebrating. Now, I don't want never mind. But I have been drinking more alcohol than I care to admit. And so I've got some investments in Anheuser-Busch. Tyson is one that I'm investing in because I eat chicken wings on a weekly basis. I'm an absolute fiend. I love chicken wings. It's pretty much my life. I've got Walmart in here, live events, a Starbucks, and just a couple other ones here at the bottom that have been just sort of nothing too crazy. Now, if we want to look at the returns that I'm getting from each thing, again, we're going to find that the biggest returner of this is Walmart. And Walmart is one that I splurge on every week because with my groceries, I do get delivery for them. So I have been investing in Walmart a lot. So we're very early in this challenge. Results are showing that we're very early, and hopefully this is going to uptick quite a bit in the future. But let's jump in to review the spending that I had over the past month. Okay, now just to show you how easy it is to sift through your statements and do something like this, I have opened up the Chase website, and this is where I've been spending all of my money for the past month, right? On this credit card, the Chase Sapphire Preferred Card. I'm gonna go ahead and download my statement, and then I've created this quick little prompt. Now, I am someone who's in tune with my spending, so I know a couple of the categories that'll be off, but basically I said I'm doing a challenge where I spend any money on non-necessities. I invest in the exact same companies. Look at my credit card statements, remove necessities, and only include purchases from non-necessities. Also, I want to invest in the closest possible public company that aligns with them. Please categorize, have the sum of each category and the attributed amount to each company. Now, doing this challenge, I have also been doing a couple things which have been great. It's been getting my spending in check, which is like the highest thing that is super valuable to me because I'm putting extra money towards my engagement, towards my wedding that's coming up. And it has pointed out a lot. So even just going through and looking at my spending, it's been crazy. Way too much money lately on things like alcohol. And just breaking this down, right? Food and alcohol is kind of my highest categories that I do have in terms of non-necessities. You can see it makes up the two high categories here. And a lot of that is because we're in wedding season with what I'm doing, like a lot of people getting married, a lot of parties going on, a lot of events, and naturally I've been spending more money on alcohol, unfortunately. I'm drinking more than I would like to, but I do think that that's going to stop here in the future. Now I'm spending things on like coffee and snacks. Dunkin' Donuts is a big one by me. I tend to invest in Starbucks when that happens. This has QSR, so I'll probably change that. A lot of this I'm changing a little bit. This has a couple other transactions that happened that I'm doing in Live Nation Entertainment. And then Microsoft games that I bought for my Xbox. I also use IFTT, which is this really cool thing that allows me to turn my lights on and all of my technology with the push of a couple buttons on my Stream Deck. Target and Walmart. Walmart, I need to tone back a little bit because this is mixing in groceries that I was buying, but I still will invest about $200 worth into Walmart. And then Marriott, this is actually the day after my engagement. We stayed at a hotel in Boston. It was really cool. And I had used a bunch of credit card reward points to help with that. So it only came out to $121, but I will be investing all that. So this has the suggested allocation down here. And I'm just going to ask, what is the total I spent? Because I'm trying to get this less and less each month. And this one is $1,568. So I will be depositing just a little bit more probably into my Robinhood app to cover for some of this stuff. However, again, toning back on Walmart, I may not need to. So let's just jump back into the app. Okay, so now just comparing my portfolio to what we've spent now, I'm going to go ahead and invest in Anheuser-Busch here. This one's going to be interesting. I mean, if you look at the chart, it's actually trending kind of downwards. And that's because there's a huge wave of like the younger generation that's just not interested at all in drinking. So this is one that could honestly like bring down my portfolio, even though it's a relatively heavy position that I'll end up having over time likely. So 279.56, we're going to review, and then I will submit that order here. Just like that, we've invested in it. Now, I also am going to do, let's see. Now, the other category that ChatGPT identified was one in McDonald's. Now, I spend a lot of money on food, but it's mainly actually chicken wings that I'm buying. And that is from other companies. I go every Thursday with my mom and my sister and my fiance, like get wings. I'm a huge wing advocate. So one of the companies that, is a huge distributor in wings is Tyson. And for Tyson Food, let's see how much I wanted to invest in here. So my ChatGPT prompt was off just a little bit with that, and Tyson is higher. So it kind of grouped it in with McDonald's, which was $158. So I'm going to invest about $250 for the past month right into Tyson here. Swipe up, submit, and just like that, that is in my portfolio now. It's going to be interesting because I actually do think that that's going to be one of my highest holdings in this portfolio overall, because that's where I spend a ton of money. Now, the other big one for the month was Microsoft, and Microsoft came out to be $329, $329.99. Okay, review, swipe up. And again, like the Xbox comparison I made at the beginning, this could be worth a lot more in the future. And let's see what else we have in here. Starbucks, we're going to go ahead and do trade buy. Starbucks is interesting too, because they're closing a whole bunch of stores, like they're actually consolidating, but I do believe in the leadership that they do have. So I actually think that this could be one that goes up quite nicely as well. Now, let's keep going. Live Nation, which I was already investing into. Live Nation's interesting. Look at their 5-year chart, 182% up. That's fantastic. I'm going to be catching them on the wave up right now. $165.70. Going ahead and swipe up on that. And then Walmart, I said I would do about $200 into. So if I scroll, where is Walmart on this list? Are they here? Here they are. Walmart, trade, buy. We're going to do $200, review, swipe up. And just like that, we're getting this portfolio moving. What were some of the other ones here? We've done Anheuser-Busch. Oh yeah. And then the other one that was big on this was Marriott, which was taking care of that hotel that I covered. So Marriott International here, trade, buy, and this was 121.58. Okay. Review, swipe up, and there we go. Let's see. How much do we have left in this account right now? I'm going to go back and we can see that my buying power has now dropped to just $172, which is pretty on pace with what we were spending. So real quick, because I did transfer some of my assets into this account, this is going to be the overall dashboard that we're using for this challenge. We can see all of the amount that I have invested. $3,815 is the value right now. My total profit is down $1.95. Now this website is Snowball Analytics. It is super solid for anything portfolio tracking, especially if you're a dividend investor, because it has these really cool features to it that you can see all the growth that's happening. Now, why I like this tool a lot too is because I can just link up my portfolio, automatically updates, and then I can go and look at this growth tab here, and I can benchmark it against things like the S&P 500. So again, we haven't been invested for 6 months, but this shows you the capabilities of what that looks like. My portfolio would be underperforming the S&P 500 by about 0.79%, only about $30 compared to what I have been investing. Now, if I go over the past 3 months, you could see it's the same sort of thing right here. We'll get more of this built out over time. Again, it's all going to be linked up and automatically updating. And this is the benchmark here, the S&P 500. It's really cool. If you were doing other investments, you could benchmark it. Say you're a dividend investor, you wanted it to be benchmarked against something like SCHD. Well, guess what? You can bring that right in, could exit out of here, and then it is going to compare how you're doing with any of the investments that you want to compare it to. Super, super cool. So listen, there is a ton to come on this challenge here for this channel. Now, do I think anybody should go out and do the same thing that I am with something like this? Well, yes and no to a degree. I think that you should have a solid foundation with your investment portfolio. The only reason why I'm experimenting with something like this is because I've already got the foundation of knowing that I'm going to retire, a multi-millionaire through my regular investment strategies. And I have the means to be able to add on to it and just try some other stuff out. Now, do I think that this is going to completely outpace the market? Honestly, I don't really know. I mean, I don't spend all that much consumeristically, so we'll see how this grows over time. If you're interested in following along with the challenge, I'm going to be posting a ton of update videos here in the future, at least one every single month. So make sure you stay tuned for that. Subscribe to the channel. And if you want to see the kickoff, go check out this video right here. Anyways, thanks for checking out this video and have a great day.